Countdown has begun.
The countdown is on. 2023 is literally just around the corner.
And it's all about me. And you.
All about me in 2023. I love it. It's got a perfect ring to it. But before we step into talking about our goals for 2023, I want to reflect. I want you to think for a moment about what you have achieved throughout 2022. You might have set some goals at the beginning of the year. You may or may not have achieved them. So we're going to talk about how we can make a big difference next year on focusing on yourself to be able to promote your health in whatever way that might be. It might be eating better. It might be shedding a few kilos. It might be maybe committing to walking the dog.
It could be financial. It could be career.
Could be anything.
Yeah, whatever's going to make you happy.
Anything.
I say to the kids, whatever makes you happy. You do what makes you happy.
So first of all, reflect. Think back on what it was that you tried to achieve for 2022. Em mentioned before, sometimes things steer you off path. We've had,
there's been
some pretty wet weather in Australia.
Floods. There could have been some sort of unexpected chain of events in your life where
things can happen.
Accident or having to move house or
health
renovating
issues with family, anything
that can change your goals, if you like. Not to say that those still aren't your goals, but sometimes they become unachievable.
They can. So don't beat yourself up. If you've got a negative ninny on your shoulder, give them a flick, because what we're trying to work out is how we did or didn't achieve our goals. Were our goals too big? Did we sustain an injury and therefore we couldn't continue to do exercise? Whatever they might be, it's important to reflect back on those so that we've got an understanding on how we can improve with our goals for 2023. So first thing, you got to focus on what it is that you want to achieve. Don't set your goals too high. I'm all about BHAG goals, big hairy ass goals, but I also don't want you to get to that point where you don't succeed, because that can be disheartening to your mental health as well as
to
too
big. It's like, I don't even know where to start. And sometimes when you don't know where to start,
you just don't start.
It's like, even if you've got like a huge looming thing for work or school or whatever, you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't deal. I'm just going to watch TV for a bit
and hide under the
cupboards. What am I doing cleaning the cupboards?
Yeah,
I've got no time for this.
Let's think about things in terms of physical health. So I know that we've had a lot of people that are asking questions about a particular ailment. How do I help heal this? That might be your goal. It might be to be able to rid yourself of whatever aches and pain that you have or that you're experiencing at the moment, to be able to then live a happier, pain-free life. And if that's the case, and you've been working on committing to using your ultrasound, or you might be using your acupressure mat, whatever it is that you're doing, if you've been working heavily on those stretches and exercises that Em suggested and you're not getting anywhere with your physical health goals, please consider going to see someone. Sometimes it's just a little tweak or an adjustment that needs to be done to be able to fast track your healing. I know we love the idea of empowering you to heal at home, but if you're not getting where you need to fast enough, please consider seeing someone. If it's because you're not committing to yourself to get your ultrasound out or lie on your mat or get into your soul soak bath, then commit to yourself to being able to do what you know you need to do to achieve the results that you want to get rid of these ailments. Because the reality is, when you're free from that, the world is your oyster. There you go, that's a new saying. I'm not even sure what that
vegan version.
Like chicken. Get on there and have a crack at whatever that might be. Commit to yourself.
Yep.
You are worth it. It's worth being out of knee pain or shoulder pain.
When you're trying to set a goal, when you're talking about going to see someone, because sometimes there is a little bit of financial input if you need to get to that goal. Like whether it be I'm in pain and what I'm doing isn't working, but I'm getting by. But no, you shouldn't have to just get by.
No.
If it means you need to go and see a practitioner a couple of times to get to that point where you live a more comfortable, pain-free life, do it.
Absolutely.
If your goal is to be fitter and you want to join a gym,
or that's a personal trainer or whatever it might be. Start to think about these goals realistically. I know we love to be able to empower ourselves, and I'm encouraging you to do that. If you decide that you do need to go and see a physio, chiro, osteo, whatever it might be, continue to use your things in the background to be able to fast track your healing. It's all about being able to get to your goal faster and being able to set what you need to do. So sometimes that might mean setting a big goal and then breaking it down into actionable tasks, mini goals, so that you can actually achieve those.
Yeah.
And we are always a massive fan. If you achieve a mini goal, reward yourself in some way, because that will continue to mean that your body is looking for the next reward. So it knows, I'm going to do that because last time I accomplished my reward, my mini goal, I received a reward. So
that
that's
could
really
be,
important.
you could break it down to a week. Right, this week I'm going to treat myself at home with my ultrasound, or lie on my acupressure mat, or have a bath, or whatever it may be, or go for a walk.
3 times a week.
Yeah, and
tick
on Monday, Wednesday, Friday
reward.
at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, or at 6 o'clock in the morning, or whatever works for you. And then at the end of the week, you can go,
achieve that. And so therefore I am going to book
I'm
that
going
massage that I need to be able to help loosen up my muscles to fast track my healing. It's really important to reward yourself. Make sure you do that, setting those little goals, achieving those goals, and off you go. One other thing I think it's important for us to talk about is mental health. I know that a lot of what we can accomplish, whether it's to achieve goals or going out there and, supporting your family, or making sure that you're on the right track with your healing in general, mental health plays a massive and important role in that. If we don't feel the motivation, the self-confidence, any of those sorts of issues that we have because we're feeling down on ourselves, it can really affect our ability to achieve our goals, and then it just makes us feel even worse.
It's self-sabotage, because when you're in that, even if you've had an argument with someone, I can't be bothered going to the gym now, I'm just not in the right headspace. I'm just going to go and eat that because I'm mad, or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It really plays with your head, and then you're just like, I've ruined today, it doesn't matter, I'll just keep eating, or whatever it is, which is,
consider becoming a part of a group that has a similar mindset to what you want to achieve. Join up to the Life Balance with Dr Kez and M group if you haven't already, and share your goals so that other people that have got similar goals, you can all get together and be accountable to each other. If you're having a down day, throw it out there on the group, and hopefully your accountability partners will be in a good place and go, come on mate, that's not going to help you achieve your goal. Let's go for a walk together. We might be able to chat on the phone as we do it, or whatever it might be. It is important to have the support around you so that when your willpower is feeling low, or if you're feeling a little bit low emotionally, you've got someone there to be able to help give you that encouraging support to gently push you on your way to be able to help you to achieve your goals. Because you know what? Sometimes doing it on your own, I think as humans, we're meant to be in a community. We're not supposed to be doing stuff on our own. It's lonely when you're on your own, and it's really hard to keep your willpower going enough to be able to really change habits, to be able to change your life. So please consider whether it's going out to getting support from a trained counsellor, or whether you've got a friend that's really supportive. Get onto these people and share your dreams and your goals. I know people that care about you are going to help you along your way. And if there's anybody that does the opposite, what do you want to do that for? Don't hang out with those people. Hang out with the people that go, mate, that's awesome. Let's help you get that. That's great. That's who you want to be able to hang out with. And if that means joining a group that's along the same path, it might be a walking group, it might be a mental health group that does scrapbooking or artwork of some sort, whatever it is that you need to have 2023 be all about me, get onto that and do it, please. I encourage you to do that.
There's one line, if I can remember it correctly, that one of the gym instructors online, she's got this quote, and it goes something like this: giving up for a single second is not as good as the feeling of accomplishment.
Oh,
and I love that.
So true.
Because sometimes when you just, whether it be you're in the last round of a repetition at the gym, or you're just nearly there, even with one of our kids doing exams, just like, nearly there, but you just, just like mentally fatigued and doesn't want to study. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're nearly there,
Keep going.
That feeling of giving up isn't as good as that feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah, 100%.
You know that you've nailed it, and then you really do enjoy that reward so much.
100%.
More.
And you know what? Get those achievements, get those mini goal successes onto that Life Balance with Dr Kez and M page. We want to share the happiness of you doing that, because you sharing your goals or sharing your accomplishments, or maybe even sharing your down days, may just help influence somebody else on that group to share theirs, or to be able to support in a way that makes their goals more achievable.
And it might just be what they need to hear. Sometimes you read comments like, that is exactly what I needed to hear today, thank you.
Yeah, perfect. So please share. What you have to say is valuable. We care, and I know the community cares about helping you on your therapeutic journey. If we could have all of our community members making 2023 all about them, it would be fantastic to see the change that group, as a group, the momentum of that group brings. And that's another point. If you can start with achieving your mini goals, it becomes a little bit like a snowball. All of a sudden you start to feel good within yourself, and then the next thing's a little bit more achievable, whether that might be to use your ultrasound more frequently on a sore knee, for example, and then all of a sudden your knee starts to feel better, which makes you want to get out there and walk. You're then out in the fresh air, you're breathing in that beautiful fresh oxygen, and all of a sudden everything, the snowball effect, taking one step after, 100%.
It's got a ripple effect too, because you feel good, which means you create great energy, and people want to be around you.
Yeah, so
and
true.
you're just happier.
Families happier.
Yourself.
Yep.
People gravitate to that energy, and people get the best version of you.
100%. And that is exactly what you want for next year if you can possibly make it. Because once that momentum is pushing in the direction of your goals, and that's why it's important to set goals, because otherwise we're all over the place. We've got no idea where we're heading. Work out where we are right now, because you need a starting point, which is reflecting on 2022 and where you've come. Because sometimes I think people remember what's been happening in the last month, and it's always a pretty busy month at this time of year, isn't it? And think that they haven't achieved much, but think about where you were this time last year, just before 2022 came in. Where were you in your mental health? Where were you in your physical health? What have you achieved throughout these 12 months? And pat yourself on the back, because some of it's hard work, and you've got to where you are. You're here, you're watching this video, so you must be doing okay. Let's see if we can make the jump from this time of year to next 2023 December. Let's see if we can make that a massive leap forward for your health and your therapeutic journey. That's what we're all about. We're here to support you. So have a crack at that, and let's see how we go. We're going to see lots of posts, I hope, in the private group on what our goals are for 2023. I want to see us all smash those goals together.
And have a wonderful night tonight.
Safe New Year.
Yes.
Thanks for having us
5,
on your therapeutic
4,
journey.
3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year!